Ever have the feeling that life just keeps getting more complicated, no matter how hard you try to keep up? Maybe you wake up every morning already exhausted, surrounded by clutter, endless notifications, and a to-do list that never seems to shrink. What if the real secret to a happier, more fulfilling life in 2026 isn't adding more, but removing what no longer matters? Today, I'll show you exactly how quitting 40 everyday habits and decisions radically simplified my life, and how you can do the same today with the Growth Mindset Project. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss out on more ways to simplify your life and unlock your best self. If building a life that feels lighter, more intentional, and less overwhelming is what you want, you're in absolutely the right place. All right, let's get right to it. If you're like me, you probably grew up with the idea that having more stuff, more commitments, more hustle, was the ticket to success. But over the past few years, I've learned it's actually about less. It's about choosing what truly fits and letting go of the rest. Daily life gets lighter, calmer, and clearer. Here are the specific things I stopped doing in 5 key areas: money, time, minimalism, health, and mindset, that simplified my life dramatically. Let's start with money because, let's be real, that's a pain point for all of us at some point. In the past, I'd walk into a store without a list, only to get home with things I didn't even remember picking up. Impulse buys? They seem harmless in the moment, but they crowd your home and drain your wallet. Sticking to a shopping list not only saves money, it keeps my fridge and my mind clearer. Another costly trap was always choosing the cheapest option. You know the saying, buy cheap, buy twice? Turns out, it's true. Low-quality items break, wear out, and you end up replacing them, and then replacing them again. Investing in real quality the first time around simplifies life by cutting out frustration and repeat purchases. Takeout was another area where I drew the line. Sure, it's convenient, but it costs a fortune, and the food quality isn't exactly life-enhancing. Instead, I put a little more time into preparing simple meals at home, which directly improved my health, my wallet, and my sense of accomplishment. I also stopped handing out my email for online raffles. What I won? Nothing, except a flood of spam that, ironically, complicated life. I quit using my credit card carelessly, too. Allowing credit card debt to snowball is one of the fastest tickets to Stress Town. Now I pay my balance in full every month. Financially, this one habit alone has added so much freedom and peace of mind. And here's a big one. I stopped sweating the small, everyday savings that barely move the needle. Instead of hustling to drink only home-brewed coffee, I focus on growing my income, building my skills, and staying out of debt. That big picture thinking is what really simplifies life. Time, the one thing you can't get back. Modern technology is a blessing and a curse when it comes to simplifying life. I had to stop watching endless short-form videos. They seem relaxing, but 2 hours later, you're left feeling drained and empty, your brain scrambled by non-stop novelty. Instead, I switched my focus to long-form content, podcasts, documentaries, books, things that leave me genuinely inspired and energized. There was a time I got caught up in social media drama, especially around trending news. Most of it was empty noise that left me feeling worse. Life became instantly simpler when I stopped checking updates just to argue or worry. I also quit feeling like I had to reply to every email immediately. Your inbox is a list of other people's priorities. So, now I return emails on a schedule, when I'm actually ready. I used to think relying on my memory would help me get more done. Wrong. My brain isn't meant to store every to-do. Offloading ideas and reminders into a notes app clears my head for what actually matters in the moment. Notifications. I turn them off for nearly every app. Suddenly, my phone stopped owning me. A simple check-in, when I choose, is enough. I don't even pick up calls from unknown numbers anymore. It's either a telemarketer or someone I don't need to talk to. True emergencies are rare. Constant interruptions are not. I've also rediscovered the power of a phone call for real connection. When it's something meaningful, I don't text, I call. It brings nuances, laughter, and warmth back into my relationships. Online gaming, especially poker, used to suck up my evenings. I convinced myself it was stress relief, but in reality, it was robbing me of precious time and social connection. The day I quit, my time and energy for real-life experiences returned. That single switch really simplifies life. No more late nights chasing fleeting wins. At the 3-minute mark, if anything here is resonating with you, hit that like button and drop a comment below. What's one thing you've stopped doing to make life simpler? I love hearing your ideas. Back to it. I let go of the idea that I needed to journal daily. When it started feeling forced, I realized it was just another box to tick, not a source of insight or peace. Now I journal only when it feels necessary. Showing up late to meetings, appointments, or dinners may be the norm, but it just creates tension and unnecessary stress. Punctuality isn't just kindness to others, it's kindness to yourself. Arriving early gives you a moment to breathe, and that feeling of walking into a clean, calm environment is priceless. If you want to really simplify your surroundings, minimalism is your best friend. I stopped making impulse purchases, especially tech gadgets and home knickknacks that end up collecting dust. Now, before I buy, I pause and ask myself, does this actually improve my life, or will it become clutter? I stopped holding on to just-in-case items. If something's been in a drawer for a year and I haven't touched it, manuals, random cables, outdated electronics, it's probably safe to let it go. Donating clothes. I never wear, freed up space, and even made getting dressed easier. And I don't see minimalism as a numbers game. It doesn't matter if you have 100 possessions or 1,000. The point is that what you do have serves you right now. The less you have to manage, the freer you feel. Promotional freebies at events, endless branded pens and tote bags. They used to find their way into my home, where they'd breed clutter. Now, I politely decline. I also stopped buying cookbooks for just one recipe. The internet is a treasure trove. A quick search, and I've got what I actually need. Zero clutter, no regrets. A quick reminder. If you're finding these tips helpful, take a second to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. These micro adjustments seriously add up and change lives. Cutting out unhealthy habits on the health front made an immediate impact too. I stopped drinking soda, eating fast food, and smoking. Getting in tune with my body, respecting its need for sleep and movement, literally changed how I feel every day. I finish the dishes each night because a clean kitchen each morning makes the day start on a high note. Simple acts like turning off unused lights and showering only as needed further cut down complexity, waste, and stress. Now, let's talk mindset, the heart of a truly simplified life. I stopped watching horror movies that left me feeling on edge for days. I gave up the need to always be right, realizing that peace in relationships is far more valuable than any win in an argument. If I catch myself being self-critical or regretful about the past, I gently refocus on the present, knowing that growth is about learning, not punishment. Following billionaire morning routines? Turns out that success is about figuring out what works for my own life, not copying someone else's. I've also stopped being too hard on myself, worrying about aging, or being afraid of failure. All these mental traps just complicate what could be an easier, more joyful experience of now. Even opinions are lighter these days. I can change my mind without fear, and I no longer pretend my home country or worldview is the best. Curiosity, and a little humility, makes everything simpler and more fun. Cutting these 40 little things was never about deprivation. It's about making room for what brings true peace, joy, and meaning. My challenge to you is this. Which one step will you take today to simplify your life? Just one habit, decision, or belief, stopped or changed. You'll be amazed by the ripple effect. If you're ready for more, check out our other videos. They're packed with actionable tips to help you simplify your life even further. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell for more insights, and start making space for what truly matters. See you in the next one.